Plantain, ancestral food, metabolic medicine, and the forgotten science of African strength. My people, let us sit with this matter properly, because plantain is not just food. It is ancestral science, land wisdom, and metabolic medicine disguised as something simple in the kitchen. For generations across Africa, forest, savanna, riverine, and coastal cultures, plantain sustained bodies, lineages, and labor long before white flour, refined sugar, and imported grains confused our metabolism. Our ancestors did not survive by accident. They survived by eating in alignment with land law, body law, and ancestral law. Let us open this fully. Plantain in ancestral law and moral order. In African ancestral understanding, food is governed by moral order. You do not eat what destabilizes the body because the body is not separate from destiny. A sick body clouds judgment, weakens Kai, and disrupts one's ability to fulfill communal duty. Plantain was accepted across many lineages because it fed without agitation. It gave strength without madness of blood sugar. It obeyed the law of balance, no rush, no crash. This is why elders favored it for children, farmers, pregnant women, and those recovering from illness. Cosmology and spiritual hierarchy of food. In ancestral cosmology, all things have hierarchy. Foods are ranked by how they interact with fire, inflammation, water, blood, earth, gut, and air, breath and vitality. Plantain sits in the earth-water category. It grounds. It cools excess fire. It stabilizes blood. That is why it never belonged to chaotic or hot food classes like refined sugar or alcohol. When ripe properly, it works with the body's rhythm instead of fighting it. Ancestral veneration and lineage continuity. When you eat what your ancestors ate, you maintain lineage continuity. The gut remembers. The genes recognize familiar fuel. Plantain fed lineages for hundreds of years without diabetes epidemics, without belly fat epidemics, without insulin resistance crises. That continuity is not sentimental, it is biological memory. Breaking from it without wisdom creates disharmony. Ritual practice and ceremonial use. In many traditions, ripe plantain was used in calming meals after ritual work, initiations, or mourning. Why? Because ritual raises spiritual fire. The body must be cooled afterward. Plantain restores equilibrium. Even today, elders instinctively serve it after heavy ceremonies, not bread or sugary drinks. Divination and ancestral communication. Diviners understand that gut inflammation clouds intuition. A disturbed stomach distorts dreams and weakens spiritual sensitivity. Resistant starch in unripe to ripe plantain feeds good gut bacteria, which reduce inflammation. When the gut is calm, ancestral messages are clearer. This is not metaphor, it is ancestral physiology. Initiation and sacred knowledge transmission. Initiates were fed foods that built steady energy, not excitement. Plantain releases energy slowly because it is a complex carbohydrate. It does not cause insulin panic. Energy flows like a village river, controlled, reliable, patient. This is why initiates could endure long teachings, fasting cycles, and night vigils without collapse. Indigenous medicine and herbal science. Plantain, especially when not overripe, contains resistant starch. This starch does not become sugar in the blood. It travels to the gut, where it feeds beneficial bacteria. These bacteria produce substances that reduce inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, stabilize blood sugar, and protect the gut lining. This is why ancestors used plantain to calm stomach disorders, manage weakness, and support long-term strength. It is food and medicine at once, land spirituality and earth reverence. Plantain is loyal to African soil. It grows generously, renews itself, and feeds many from one stem. Eating it is a relationship with land. When we abandon land foods for imported processed products, land withdraws its blessing. The rise in metabolic illness mirrors the severing of that relationship. Identity, lineage, and communal belonging. Plantain is communal food. It feeds many mouths without excess. It does not isolate the eater into addiction or cravings. Modern processed foods create loneliness in eating, constant hunger, constant snacking, constant dissatisfaction. Plantain satisfies. Satisfaction is a communal value. destiny alignment and life purpose. A body trapped in sugar spikes and insulin resistance cannot pursue destiny effectively. Fatigue, brain fog, inflammation, and belly fat are not just health issues, they are destiny blockers. Plantain, eaten with understanding and portion wisdom, supports metabolic clarity and sustained energy, which supports purpose, taboos, oaths, and spiritual ethics. The taboo was never plantain itself. The taboo is excess and ignorance. Overfrying in bad oils, combining it recklessly with sugary drinks, or eating massive portions without physical labor violates ancestral ethics. Power without understanding becomes poison. Justice, restitution, and balance restoration, for those already dealing with blood sugar imbalance or early type 2 diabetes, returning to ancestral foods like plantain, prepared properly, portioned wisely, and combined with vegetables and protein, is an act of restitution to the body. Healing is justice. Balance must be restored, not punished. Eldership, authority, and custodianship. Elders always said, food must hold you, not excite you. Plantain holds you. It does not shout in the bloodstream. That is why elders did not fear it. They feared refined sugar, excessive white flour, and foods that made the body restless. Rites of passage from birth to ancestorhood, from weaning foods to meals for the aged, plantain accompanied the African life cycle. It supported growth, labor, healing, and gentle aging. Even in elderhood, it does not burden the pancreas when eaten correctly. Few foods can claim that honor, so let us be clear, plantain is not a bad food, it is a powerful food, but power demands understanding. If you want good blood sugar control, reduced belly fat, stable energy, and strong metabolic health, plantain can be your ally, not your enemy. When eaten in ancestral alignment, eat it with wisdom, eat it with respect, eat it as your ancestors intended. And your body will remember who it is.